everybody? I'm Riley.
And I'm Luke.
And we are Chasin 41. Welcome back for episode 6, which is now triple of what we originally started with the first time. So it's good to be here.
This is going to be something we have to talk about every time just because we keep getting further and further around.
Yeah.
And man, every time I'm like, we need to do the podcast. And sometimes you're like, what are we going to talk about? And then we get to talking, and then we talk for an hour.
Yeah.
Because, last time, go ahead.
Usually the episodes we think are going to be the shortest end up being like an hour long or like the longest episodes.
Yeah, because we thought we were going to talk for like 30 minutes last time, and what it wound up being like 57 minutes
57 or something. Yeah, something crazy.
That's wild every time that it's like that.
Yeah, get us talking about ducks. We just carry on.
It just keeps on going.
Yeah.
I got a different background today because I couldn't remember or figure out how to flip the other one. So, we're going with a brick wall. Luckily for me, Riverside has the options.
Yeah, this older generation doesn't really know how to work technology very well.
Whoa, I'm not that old. Okay.
Just kidding.
26 is a number.
Yes, it is a number. But I think we're going to talk about a couple different things today, but probably just start touching on the Duck Expo since we're going to be there in the next couple of weeks. So the one we are for sure going to is the Duck Expo in Memphis, which is the Ducks Unlimited Expo, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to be out. We're not going to have a booth or anything. We're just going to kind of be walking around, talking to people. And we have some stuff to pass out if you want to touch on that.
Yeah, we're going to we got, nothing crazy because, we're just doing this out of the kindness of our hearts and a quick follow on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. But,
You say we're poor.
Yeah, we're poor. We're poor. I was trying to be nice about it. I ain't got the money for 1,000 shirts or nothing, but we're gonna give away 30 shirts. So if we get there and we talk to you, it's gonna be random people. We're not looking for anybody special. We're gonna be random people. We're gonna ask you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. If you've already followed us on TikTok, I'm gonna give you one because I love that you already follow us. I'm gonna give you one no matter what. So we're gonna give away. I think we've got 27. We bought 30. We're gonna wear 3 of them. If somebody else wants one, I'm gonna bring an extra shirt so I can give them mine, I guess. But
yeah, literally give you the shirt off our back.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the shirt off my back if that's what it comes to. But so that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna meet some people, so it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it is gonna be cool, and this is gonna be our first year really like being a part of it. Like even if we're not gonna have a booth, we're gonna be kind of a part of the Duck Expo and pass stuff out and really make it a point to talk to as many people as possible. Not just to get our name out there, but to meet cool people and to have cool conversations, I think. Sorry, my dog is going crazy. I don't know if you can hear him.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely hear. Screens turning purple around you every time he barks. But yeah, we didn't give nothing away last year, and man, we just did a bunch of talking, and it was pretty cool. I mean, we talked to several people for almost an hour.
Yeah.
Several different people, not a group of people.
Let me go handle this, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on.
So let's restart here. Little mishap. There's gonna be a cut. I don't remember where we were exactly. But we were talking about the Duck Expo. Man, I don't remember where we were at, but we were talking about we were talking to people last year. I'll just start there because I don't remember where I was at exactly.
Yeah,
we were talking to people last year. It was great. We talked to a couple people for an hour. Not a group of people. We talked to several different people, of course. But the Duck Expo is always a great time. I wish we could go to both of them. Maybe next year, if we're planning to be in it, we could kind of hit both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as of right now, we'll just go to Memphis and see what happens. Oh, and we're gonna go to Squad Fest on the 17th and 18th in St. Louis. Yeah.
Yep. So that'll be fun. Squad Fest was pretty cool last year because it was like a Duck Expo, but also a little bit different too. Like I know they were just opening up their like new warehouse and new kind of retail spot over in St. Louis, but I don't know. They had like a duck calling competition, which was pretty cool to see. I don't know. We got to talk to like a lot of different taxidermists, which is cool. So yeah, I'm excited to go to that too.
Yeah, it'll be fun. This time, like I said last time, this time of year for me starts duck season because after we make it to because that's August 1st. is the Duck Expo in
Yeah.
Memphis that we're going to. The ones the week before in Des Moines, Iowa. But once we get to the Duck Expo, we've only got a month till teal season.
Hmm.
So this kind of gets the ball rolling on everything. So that's exciting. I keep the closer we get to duck season, the more videos of duck hunting I see on TikTok,
Yeah, me
and the
too.
more I get fired up for it. Just like today, we've been needing to go work on the boat for almost since the last end of the last duck season. But we do so much hunting that I've got other stuff to do once we're out of it.
Yeah.
But the closer we are, I'm like, man, got to get in there and fix that boat. We
Mhm.
didn't fix it today, but we gave it a shot.
Yeah. Around this time every year is when I'm like, shoot, I did not save up enough money for duck season.
Because at the end of every year, you're like, man, I'm gonna save up more money for next season.
Mhm.
And every season, I'm like,
Yeah, I
I
know I
did
didn't do it.
it.
Didn't do it. Like we're gonna go to the Duck Expo and I'm gonna see 80,000 things that I would love to buy. Didn't save up enough money, bro. It's all right. I'll work on that next year.
So maybe that's not such a terrible thing. Every now and then you don't need to spend so much money on stuff, and that might be our way of saying, hey, you don't need to spend $10,000 in one day.
Yeah. No, I would definitely get talked to if I spent $10,000 at the Duck Expo. But
100%.
yeah, there's stuff like I don't know. Like I have certain things that are just fine the way they are, and they're a season old or whatever. But I see something new and shiny, and I just want to.
You're just like, man, I wish I could buy that right now.
Yeah, you know the TikTok like meme where it's like a guy standing at a desk and he sees something he likes and he's like tapping his card.
Tapping his
He's like,
card.
"Take my card, take my
Yeah, yeah.
card."
Uh-huh.
That's how I am at the Duck Expo.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Every time I'm
But
like, here, just take
yep,
it. Just
just
swipe,
take
just
it.
swipe it.
It's gonna hurt. No, it's not. Here, take
It's
it.
not gonna hurt that bad.
Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, I'm super excited to pass out those shirts and meet some people. I'm wondering how many people we'll talk to that already do follow us, and I feel like that's going to be pretty cool if we run into that. But
Yeah, yeah. I we've got 700 and something followers right now, so I'd say the chances are on the lower end.
yeah, for sure.
But we've had a few instances where we've got comments on TikTok and they're like, "Hey, I just seen y'all driving through here or whatever."
Mhm.
So it's not like a 0% chance that we'll
Yeah.
run into somebody that already follows us or sees us and is like, "Hey, I follow y'all." But I think we're gonna run into the whole, they don't know who we are at all
Hmm.
situation a lot more than
Yeah.
not.
But it'll be cool to like just tell our story really of like where we are and where we want to be,
Yeah.
and just like our end goal of like chasing the 41, getting the 41 different species, and kind of the obstacles we've run into over the years of trying to get all those species. Um, but now we know those a lot of those obstacles and we're pushing forward. But one thing I do kind of want to switch over to is Alaska, something we've been talking about recently. And well, actually, let's talk about the chasing different ducks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll come around to that.
y-
We'll bring it around here at
yeah,
the
we'll
end.
come back around to Alaska, but we wanted to touch on like so for us, like we're obviously trying to get all 41 species, but I think a lot of people really target like a specific group, whether it's like a diving duck group or a puddle duck group or like mallard group, like a greenhead group or a teal group, what have you. But a lot
Yeah.
of people chase like a specific duck or a specific group, which is perfectly fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I think our goal is just I don't know, being able to say we harvested all 41 species would be super cool in general.
Yeah. I don't think it's more along the lines of so there are people that are like, I only chase mallards.
Mm,
If it doesn't have a green head, I ain't shooting it.
yeah.
To me, I just don't feel that way.
Nah.
I think every duck is awesome, and being able to kill every duck is awesome. I don't
Mm,
just see green.
yeah.
Like I don't know. I've talked to people and they're like, I don't shoot anything unless it's a mallard. If it doesn't have a green head, I'm out. Uh, I also feel like it's got a little bit to do with where you are in the states. Like
Mm,
we've got a bigger greenhead population here than they do Maryland, and that's just because that's where we go. I
yeah.
mean, we've seen mallards over there the past two times we've been there, but I haven't. It's not like here you're not going to see them in every other group of ducks. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah,
So I that's probably got a little bit to do with it, but I think people just get stuck on one duck, and I don't know how that happens, man. I go from mallard to wood duck. How do you not want to kill a wood duck?
yeah, for
A
real.
wood duck is one. I'm not saying a mallard's not pretty. I'm not saying that at all because they're beautiful ducks.
Mhm.
But a wood duck, that is a beautiful duck.
Yeah, it is.
Cinnamon teal. I mean, how could you just not want to kill all of them? And I guess that's
Yeah.
what kind of got us into this whole. Let's see if we can kill all 41 of them.
Hmm.
And I feel like we're not as far along, in it because I think we've got 14 out of the 41. But I
Yeah,
also feel like it's a lot harder to get the 41 than it kind of seems,
for sure.
without trying it.
And also, we are not like we're very much public land hunters, and I
Oh,
honestly love that. I don't want. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't want to
yeah,
hunt.
don't go lying on the podcast. Don't go lying on the podcast.
I like the chase of like the work of hunting public land. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
obstacles that you're never going to have on private land compared to hunting public land, including the draw system, which sucks a majority of the time because of my luck and your luck, honestly.
Mm.
But um, yeah, I mean, there's always we know people that only chase mallards or only chase whatever, but yeah, I don't know, a wood duck, a black duck, a canvasback, a red, like all these other ones. It's like, why would you not
Just,
want to?
just like I don't know how you see all of them. Like I said, mallard, awesome duck. I just don't know how you see the one duck and you're like, yep, that's good enough for me
Yeah,
because it's not for me. I'm like, I want to kill
yeah,
all of them. Yeah,
yeah. But in order to kill all of them, we have to go to different places like Maryland that we've been to the last. Well, I guess it hasn't been the last couple of years, but we've been there twice over the course of 3 or 4 years.
yeah,
And there's other places we want to go, like Texas for like cinnamon teal or sandhill crane, that sort of thing.
yeah.
But then we also want to go to Alaska, which is something we've actually been discussing and actually like looking into going here in the next couple of seasons.
Yeah, I think we're gonna shoot for, we've texted. I've talked to a guy about it. We're looking at some other spots, but like going to Alaska, you're gonna kill Harley Quinn. That is an amazing duck. That how many
Mhm.
times are you gonna be able to kill one of those? You know what I mean? You're not.
Yeah.
We're not seeing those in Missouri.
No.
If we
No.
do
No.
that, dude is on the wrong path.
No.
You're not seeing those. The what's the other one? The King Eider. We
Yeah.
don't see those.
Red-breasted merganser or
Yeah,
whatever.
all the stuff that they can't kill. I Man, I wish I had just had that pulled up on here. I should have thought about this before.
Yeah, like scoters. Like we shot surf scoters when we were in Maryland, but they pretty much all the scoters are in Alaska.
Yeah,
Um, Common eider, king eider, Steller's eider. And the long-tailed duck, which they do have in Maryland, but I've seen
yeah,
pictures of the long-tailed ducks in Alaska. They look huge.
yeah.
Like they look ginormous in Alaska.
And I think that we seen a few of them, and it might just be because we didn't kill them that they didn't look. We've seen them at a distance that they didn't look huge to us. Uh, but man, every time I see a video of some guys hunting up there, I'm like, man, those ducks look awesome.
They do
You
look
know,
awesome.
and we get the bufflehead here. We've
Mhm.
killed a few of those here. But I just feel like, man, it's going to be so much more fun
Mhm.
in a place that starts with an A, Alaska. That's not Missouri. But I just feel like there's, what does that knock out? Let's say we're not going to do this. If we do this, would be awesome. Let's say we kill every one of these that are on this list. So that takes out one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. That takes out eight more of our 41. And
Mhm.
we're not, mainly because I can't usually hit a broadside of a barn every now and then. I missed teal on the water last season, which is wild. But,
Yeah,
let's just say we do. We knock eight. We go from 14. Now I'm going to have to do math. Well,
22.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm glad you did that in your head. I probably could have if we weren't doing this right here, but
Yeah.
no. my mind goes blank when I'm doing this. I can't think of nothing.
I feel that.
So that takes us from 14 to 22 if we did that, you know,
Yeah,
which would be wild. Let's
that'd be insane.
if we left there at 22, that I would feel so accomplished.
I'd feel, yeah. I
If we
would
just
be.
take out if we took out one of the harder ones like Harley Quinn, like that would I would feel accomplished with just moving to 15.
Yeah. I think when we go, we should. I don't. It's hard because I don't know how it's going to be, but if we see a lot of ducks and we know like we have the potential to get a limit every day, I think we should focus on the ducks that we're not going to see anywhere near us, like the Harley Quinn or the long-tailed.
Well, so
Uh,
that's what the one guy we were talking to. Um, I don't know his name because we've been emailing back and forth, and
I want to say Nolan, but I could be wrong.
that sounds right. So it might be Nolan, and he's with Foxtail Lodge in Kodak, Alaska.
Mhm.
I'm not sure that's how that's pronounced either, so don't hate me if I didn't pronounce that right. But and I know on their website it talks about how, they'll ask us what we want to target every day. And I'm not saying, we're going to be like, we want to target just this one and that's all we, you know, kill that day or whatever,
Yeah,
or if that's all they let us go for that day. But, they're given that option. Hey, you don't have this at home. Is this what you want to go for?
yeah,
Which is cool because you don't see that with every guide. Some guides are, lack of better term, assholes, and they they think that they know best. Like I've met people that are guides and they don't care how you feel or how long you've been duck hunting about anything.
yeah.
And but some places aren't like that. Some places want your input just as much as everywhere else. And I'm not saying I want to give my input, all the time because
Mhm.
I'm paying you to do it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
facts.
But I want the option.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I assume that's just like what decoys they're gonna like mainly take out.
I think
Um,
that's what it says. It's like what decoys they'll use, how they'll go about the day, of hunting
yeah.
and stuff like that.
I do wonder like how intelligent are the ducks in Alaska because based off our previous experience of sea ducks in Maryland, IQ levels drop tremendously compared to the Mississippi flyway.
Well, that's usually what happens when you're towards Washington D.C. IQ starts to drop.
Yeah,
But
towards the coast, it's
yeah, yeah. But that's neither here nor there. But they were like we talked about it. I think it was the first or second podcast we were talking about, hunting on Maryland, and that one landed in the decoys as we were picking up decoys.
yeah.
And, that doesn't happen here. When you're picking up decoys here, there's nothing landing near us.
No.
They ain't even stopping to
There's
look.
not a thing in the sky when you're taking out decoys.
Uh, or that's when they're in the sky. You're picking up decoys and they're everywhere, but they're not coming near you. And
Yeah.
once as soon as you get back to your spot, nothing.
Yeah, they're all like, "Hey, look at that dummy in the water."
Let's fly by and see what he could have had.
That's funny. But yeah, that would be a super exciting trip. But other than the duck hunting, like just being able to fish out there, I think would be super cool.
No.
And then like I kind of threw this idea around of maybe taking an extra day and going on like a bear hunt or like something crazy.
Apparently,
Um,
I was told this. I didn't look this up on Google. Google didn't tell me this. Somebody told me the other day because I was talking about going to Alaska, and apparently the island we're going to, or I'm not saying this is where we're going, but I was talking about, we have been talking to somebody from Kodak, Alaska. That's where they hunt. They
mhm.
said apparently that's got one of the biggest bear populations in Alaska. Is that island? Is what I was told. Don't know that for a fact,
Hmm.
but that's what they said.
See, for a bear hunt, that makes me want to go there. To stay there for a week, I
Not
don't
as much.
know.
Not as much.
Not as much, no. Because they have grizzly bears there.
Yeah.
Like in Missouri, we have like a black bear, occasional black bear every now and then.
You see, one of those was in Cape, by the way.
Yeah, like in Cape,
Like
downtown
just
Cape.
walking through Cape. Yeah, just walking through Cape.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
that's crazy.
scratch go past that, but that's wild.
Yeah,
Just brown bear, black
yeah.
bear
He was
walking
just
through
looking
Cape.
to bar hop. That was all.
Yeah, yeah, he's bar hopping down through downtown.
But no, I think that would be super cool. I did hear though, like if you shoot a bear, correct me if I'm wrong if you know this, but if you shoot a bear in the heart, they can live for like 2 minutes.
So I've heard that. I don't know how true that is. I've heard that their bears are pretty tough animals when it comes, but I've heard it's because grizzly bear's heart is so big that it can still, I mean, even with a hole in it, it could still pump a little bit of blood.
Dude,
So
could you
so
imagine being in a tree and let's say 100 yards away, you shoot a grizzly bear and the thing
hawks you
has
down from the
just
tree.
hunts you down and crawls up the tree to get you, and you both die.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's starting to sound sketchier and sketchier the more we talk about it, but I don't know. Like the idea of it seems cool, but I don't know. That's one of those dangerous ones for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that would be one of those. I'm gonna need to be in a steel building. There's no way this bear's getting to me
Yeah,
after I shoot him. But I don't know that for a fact. That could be true. That could not be true. I think that would be. But I feel like you're right that I've heard that.
I've definitely heard that, and I want to say I heard it from like Bear Grylls or something,
From what?
like Man versus Wild. Bear Grylls, have you?
Oh. Yeah, we've
Yeah,
talked about this before.
yeah, but I could definitely be wrong. But in that case, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah. We're gonna backtrack on that a little
Yeah,
bit.
but yeah, that Alaska trip would be super fun. It'd be a really cool experience. Definitely get to mark off a lot of the ducks off the roster.
Yeah, just I'm sitting on their website because I was trying to see what all birds they can kill. They're not guaranteed to kill anything anytime
Yeah,
you go anywhere. But this one of their pictures on here says a typical day out on the duck boat, and they killed a harlequin, a longtail, common scooter, Burroughs goldeneye, and a white wing scooter. So just their one day, they killed one, two, three, four, five more species.
yeah,
Than we have already.
and all species we don't have here.
All something we're not gonna get around here. I don't know about the. I know we have a golden eye here. I think that's just the common though.
Yeah, I want to say you're right,
Yeah, I think
but
it's
I
just the common one.
don't.
But you know, long story where we were kind of heading with this in the first place. We want to go. We want to kill different ducks. Like the
Hmm.
the just chasing one duck doesn't do it for me.
No.
I don't know. I don't know how it does it for other people, but I'm not them. They're more than welcome to be entitled to their own opinion. But I just think I don't know. I see all these beautiful ducks. I'm like, man, that would look great on the wall.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like because the meat could have something to do with it. Like they only enjoy mallard meat or you know whatever species it is. But yeah, I don't see the enjoyment of just trying to look out for one species and
Yeah,
only shooting at like a mallard or teal or something.
because I think that takes away like for me. I feel like because we have mallards here. I feel like I don't kill like a crap ton of mallards. You know what I mean? Like I don't just
Yeah,
smoke mallards all the time. I feel like it's a mix: the teal, the wood duck, the pintail, the mallard.
yeah.
We had for some reason I feel like we had a bunch of bufflehead last year,
I
and
did
it
see a
might
lot of buffalo heads last year.
have just been where we were kind of hunting in a little different area than usual or whatever. But I feel like I seen a crap ton of them last year, and I just me not pulling the trigger for a bufflehead because it's not a mallard just isn't me, you know.
Yeah.
So just like I'm saying, how do you see it? Like I'm looking at the Harley Quinn right here on the computer screen behind you, and I'm like, man, I would love to smoke that duck flying by me. I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. The King Eider looks super cool too, and I wonder how difficult they are because I remember shooting at surf scooters in Maryland, and like you'd have to put 3 or 4 shots into one surf scooter.
Yeah, and this is back to the whole I don't like ducks to suffer thing. But I mean, we couldn't have done no better
No.
on some of those shots. Like they were just tough birds.
Hmm.
Like we chased that one for almost a mile,
Yeah.
and I put all three shells into him less than 2 foot from him. and he
Hmm.
just kept going.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do about that? Like
Yeah,
there's
I don't know. And there was multiple ducks where we were both unloading on them,
yeah,
and they're still swimming around.
yeah,
But then also with some of the sea ducks over in Maryland, if they felt like if they got shot at, they could swim to the bottom and just
and
latch onto
drown.
the bottom and
Yeah,
drown
drown them.
themselves.
Yeah. He said you're gonna lose a few birds today. Before we ever started.
Yeah.
And we're like, what do you mean? He's like, some of these, a lot of these diver ducks, or the sea ducks go straight to the bottom, grab onto a piece of grass, and drown themselves. You never see them again. I
Hmm.
was like, that's
That
crazy
is crazy
that
because
they
we
do
don't
that.
see that at all here.
No, I've never seen that
Yeah, that's
until
psychotic.
until then.
Yeah, that's some psychotic brain, some bird brain.
I just, I guess it's because I'm human. I don't know that I could just latch onto the bottom and drown myself,
Yeah,
but
no.
they do it quite often. It sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how many birds it was that we lost to it, but I mean, over our trip, it was a few, that went down and never, and it wasn't like we, lost them. Most of the ducks that we shot landed in front of us and swam around in front of
Hmm.
us until the boat got close to them and dove and never came back up.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's just wild. Wild.
Yeah, it's
I
wild.
wonder. I do wonder now that you mentioned that how often they run into that in Alaska. I mean, I guess it's probably the same. you know
Yeah.
because but you also got to think it's a lot colder in Alaska. They might not have the vegetation to go to the bottom and grab, in
Yeah,
certain spots
that's
and stuff.
true. It's more cold like throughout the year, like year
Hmm.
round, than it is in Maryland. But I don't know. That was a wild experience, to be honest. Like seeing that firsthand, because he said that, and I was like, okay,
One or two might do it.
whatever. But it was a lot. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it kind of sucked because you were losing so many ducks. But I mean, nothing we could do about that.
no, because I mean, literally, you did everything you could do. Just all you can do is wait till it comes back up if it dives,
Hmm. Yeah,
and if
but
it
they would give
doesn't,
you like a split second. Like they would come up for a split second, but they could be like 30 yards away. So
yeah,
you'd be having to look, and it's a lot harder to do that on the ocean than you kind of think it is. Because we were in the two man, so it's not like we were like elevated and could see kind of out. Like we were with the waves,
yep.
so it was pretty hard to see them. So I wonder if we'd be in another two man in Alaska or if
So
we'd be in a boat.
just going off of what Foxtail Lodge has there on their website. I'm not saying all outfitters out there do this or whatever, but it says they either have 25-foot boat we'd hunt out of, or you'd hunt from land somewhere. Now, I'm not saying in a different outfitter doesn't do the two man. I would say it's probably pretty close to the same. I feel like if you found I'm not going to say the right outfitter, but if you found a different outfitter, I wouldn't say that they wouldn't use a two man or
Yeah.
something like that.
Would you hunt on land with all of the bear activity we've been talking about?
I'm sure that those guys have it figured out to where if a bear ran up on us, they could take care of it. But I just got to be faster than one person.
Yeah, sure.
I just got
That's
to be.
true.
I just got to be faster than one person. I don't have to be faster than everybody. Just one person.
Well,
Now, am I going to say that person isn't getting tripped? No, but I just have
yeah,
to be
there ain't
faster
one
than
person
one.
on that trip that's gonna be tripping me, dog. I'm pitching people over. How would you feel about going to Louisiana? Because the reason I say this, I saw a video a couple weeks, and this popped in my head when they were hunting. But they were just like in the marsh in Louisiana. I don't.
Gators
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be comfortable doing that.
just hanging out in the marsh. Oh, man,
I don't know, because even
well,
like at
because
Lake Wapapello, where somebody released one of their pet alligators there a few years ago, I think about that every time I step foot in that water.
100%. Every time I'm like, did they release two? And they
Yeah,
only seen
literally.
every time I
And the other
go.
one's just been growing this whole time.
Yeah, and we swim in there like almost every weekend.
Yeah.
So like it's every time I'm in there, I'm like, man, something scaly brushes across my foot. I'm out of this
Yeah.
water.
Quick too.
But I remember at the Duck Expo It might have been the one you didn't go to 2 years ago in New Orleans.
Yeah, I didn't go to that one.
So we were, I think that was 2 years ago. It was in New Orleans. We talked to some guys from Louisiana, and they were talking about how like they don't even, they all have hunting dogs. They don't bring them out until it's too cold for alligator to be
Yeah.
moving. I'm not saying alligators just stop moving at all, but it's like if they're confident that it's cold enough for the alligators to not be quick with it,
Hmm.
that's when they bring out their dogs. But man, I don't know if I could just be hanging out in the marsh
Yeah, but
like
even
that.
then, like, there's still going to be gators around. Like,
Yeah.
they're still around. They just might not
Mhm.
be exactly where you are or moving very much.
Well, because I've seen videos of people killing ducks and the land hitting the water, and then a gator taking it like almost
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Those guys are a lot braver than I am. They live there. They
Yeah.
probably know what they're looking for. So I don't know if I could just go out there and hang out in the marsh or not.
I don't think
But
I could. I think that's the only thing I'd be thinking about the whole time.
you're probably right. That's probably the only thing I'd be thinking about the whole time too.
Yeah.
Like if I'm fixing to get grabbed by a gator or not,
Not concentrating on ducks at all.
landing right in front of me swimming, and I'm gonna be like, where's this alligator
I
at?
was literally so we obviously don't have an alligator problem here, but one time I was hunting over at BK Leach,
Mhm.
and there was a pool, but there was like a grassy part in the middle of the pool, and I was like, I'm just gonna go set up there so I can kind of keep an eye on the entire pool instead of just focusing on one area. And I was hunting by myself, but I there was like a grass mound almost in the middle of this grassy patch. So I just like sat my bag on there, like went to go put out all the decoys and stuff, came back, realized it was the home of a beaver.
Oh, I remember when this happened.
And I actually think I was sitting on it at the time and felt something move in the water, and I was like, that was maybe it was a frog or, whatever. And then I started looking around and I'm like, I think this is the home of a beaver. I am literally sitting on a beaver home at this moment. Grabbed my decoys and went to the edge of the pool. And if a duck flew in, a duck flew in, but I was not focused on it. I was like I'm not
Dude,
getting back in that water unless I have to retrieve something.
I'm not hanging out with this beaver at all.
No, I know he wouldn't like me as a person, so I'm just not even gonna not even
Just
gonna
not
try.
even not even having the chance here.
Yeah,
So man, that just yeah, I think I'm out on the whole standing on the marsh thing in Louisiana.
yeah. I
I
don't think
think
I could
I'm
do it.
cool. I think I'm cool with the bear thing. I think that would be a much you're at least gonna see it coming.
I hope so.
I mean, yeah, so we're either gonna be on a bank or in a boat. Like you at least get like 30 yards of bank to be able to tell somebody's fixing to die.
That's that's true. Maybe we just keep a couple slugs on us to
Yeah.
pop in the
That's
chamber.
what I'm saying. They have to have that figured out, like bear
Yeah,
spray or something. I'm not saying a bear spray is fucking up a grizzly because I have no idea
yeah.
what bear spray is used for
A
because I've never used
grizzly,
it.
like a black bear spray, I could do.
Yeah,
I don't trust a can of spray
on
to
a
hold
grizzly
off a
bear.
grizzly bear.
See, but what wards off a grizzly bear then?
You look that up.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and hit the Google up real quick. Man, dude, I'm looking at the common merganser on their thing right here. How do people just not want to kill all these ducks? Back to what we were talking about earlier.
Okay. This says grizzly bears are generally not aggressive towards humans unless provoked or surprised. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. So it says, don't surprise the bear. So
Yeah, how am I supposed to stop that? If the bear's hanging out in the woods and I don't see him and we take off shooting ducks, how am I not supposed to surprise the bear?
I don't know. I don't know. And then it says carry bear spray. So I guess bear spray does help keep it away, but
Help. I don't stop is not the word I would use. Probably help.
yeah. But like they say like if it's a black bear, like get big and scream and stuff.
Well,
But
you're
if
supposed to
it's
play dead with a grizzly, right? Like you're supposed to.
yes, you're supposed to mentally. don't think I could do that. Like I could to a point, but then at a certain point, I feel like I would just try to fight or like run or something.
If he scratches me, that's gonna be one that's gonna hurt like hell.
Yeah, it's like you
And
can even give
how?
him the opportunity because as soon as he touches you, you're gonna be messed up.
Yeah, but there's no way. And I would love to think that I could, fight a grizzly bear, but I couldn't. I know I couldn't. I'd get whooped immediately.
I
So I
mean,
just,
yeah,
I
I
don't
would die.
know. That'd just be one of those situations I'd have to be in to kind of figure out what I'm fixing to do.
Okay, well, we'll go out to Alaska and we'll sit you up.
No, no, no. I didn't say I wanted to be in the situation. I said that was a situation I'd have to be in to figure out what I would do. Didn't say I wanted to be in the situation at all.
No, I couldn't handle that situation. That'd be insane. That would be nuts.
So, since we're talking about this whole Alaska thing, I don't like airplanes, right?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to get on an airplane? Emily said the other day, she said, "So you're going to get on an airplane and go to Alaska, but you won't get on an airplane with me to go somewhere." I said, "Look," I said, "I don't want to be on an airplane going to Alaska." Okay. So how I'm going to figure that out, I have no idea.
You
I'm
mean
not.
like how are you gonna make yourself step on the airplane
Yeah,
or
100%, 100%. How am I going to get myself onto the airplane?
well first of all, bro, you'll have me there. So
That doesn't
if
mean
we're
that
gonna die,
doesn't
we're gonna die together.
that doesn't mean I'm getting on the airplane. Just because I buy the ticket for the airplane doesn't even mean I'm going to get on it. Okay.
I also think like when you think about airplanes, you hear about all the crashes and stuff, but you've never had an experience on an airplane. So you don't know like how it
That's
feels and
because
stuff.
of all the crashes and stuff. It's
Yeah,
not the
exactly.
flying that bothers me. The flying part doesn't bother me at all. It's the falling from the sky part that bothers me.
Yes, it's controlled falling. But
It's not. It's not though.
way
If
more
it was
people
controlled,
die.
we wouldn't be falling.
That's true, I guess. Way more people die in car wrecks each year though than airplanes.
Way more idiots die in car crashes every year than airplanes.
That's true.
Yes. Yeah.
That's true. What I will say, the difference in a like I'm a pretty good preventative driver. Like I play defense. I play zone defense when I'm driving. In an airplane, it's all out of your control. Like if we're crashing, we're crashing.
Exactly.
Then
This
we're
is
all
my
dying.
point. So you're have identified why I don't want to be on an airplane because I have no control over what's happening.
Yeah, but if you're
Like
gonna
if
die,
we
you're gonna
start
die.
falling from the sky, I'm likely to get the door open in the cockpit. I don't know how to fly an airplane, but if they don't know how to fly it either, what are they doing for me?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna be like, hey, can I borrow those real quick? I said I've seen this on GTA. I think I could figure it out. I played flight sim once or twice. I think I can do this.
I mean, if we're already going down, you
Yeah,
might as
what's it
well
gonna hurt?
try.
And then I might feel a little better. If even if like I can't do it, I'm like, man, these guys are right. This is tough.
Yeah. You're like, well, I tried, guys. We'll see you down there. That's funny.
And I don't know why airplanes haven't done this yet. Like, why isn't there a parachute on there for all passengers?
Yeah, I don't know. I want to say it's because like nobody's been trained to do a parachute, but at the same time, I don't care in that situation. Like
Let me tell you
that's
something.
an
Let me tell
option.
you something. If I'm falling from the sky, I don't have to be trained on a parachute. I could figure that out real quick. You tell me which cord to pull. I don't. That's it for me. I could just strap it to my shoulders. I'll hold on like this. You know what I mean? I ain't got to be tied in.
Yeah, facts. I also, yeah, I'm not gonna go there, but yeah, parachutes would be a good idea, and it's at least an option. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like if a plane goes down now, there's no option.
Like you ain't got to jump if you don't want to, but I would like to jump.
But also like not that long ago in Butler, there was a parachuting plane that crashed and killed like 12 people.
Well,
And
didn't it hit the people that had already jumped out of the plane?
is that I didn't know. I don't know. I just assumed it went down.
I thought people, and I could be completely wrong about this, but I thought people jumped out of the plane and then were hit by the plane.
That's way worse.
I could be wrong. The plane could have just crashed, but
That's
I'm, and there's so much fake crap out there these days that it's hard
yeah,
to kind of tell what's real and what isn't. But I just feel like I heard that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't think I just made that up. I might have just pulled that from thin air. But
Yeah, I haven't heard that. But if it was, that would be crazy. But if it was just like going down to crash, why didn't they just jump out?
dude, that's a solid question.
Yeah,
Because if you've already got the parachute on,
yeah. And you know they got it on. They get him on before they even get on board.
yeah, 100%.
Why not just jump out?
Why wouldn't you just jump out?
Question for the ages. We'll never know.
We'll never know. And then another thing here, why don't they just, let's say they don't want everybody to have a parachute. You're building new planes every day. Just make one with a detachable seat compartment. It's got like 10 seats at a
Yeah.
time. Got its own little parachute. Then, it just pops off.
But also, I don't know how. Like we're going down a rabbit hole right now, but
We
the
are going down a rabbit hole.
the SpaceX like I guess ship or jet or whatever that went to space had a parachute when it came back down, and we caught it. Why do we not have just a huge parachute for planes?
Like drag cars have like the
Yeah,
parachute, because even if you could just slow the fall, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
If it lands on its nose, it lands on its nose. But if it's only going 60 miles an hour rather than
300.
5,000 miles an hour,
Yeah.
that's a big difference.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we should become
I just
engineers.
feel like there's some engineers here that aren't doing their job. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
I just feel
For
like there's
sure.
some guys at Boeing that just aren't killing it at this moment. Like I feel like we could find better people.
I feel like you're right. Maybe we
And
are
I'm
the
not
better people.
saying those guys aren't smart because, engineering's a hard job, but I just feel like there's some things here that we could upgrade.
Yeah, it's like you know like really 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 smart people.
Hmm.
They're not always the best at like communicating. I just think there's like a practicality there that they're not seeing. They're like, well, this doesn't like this wouldn't be perfect, basically. Like
Yeah.
doesn't add up. It wouldn't be the best scenario, so we're not doing it.
Let me tell you something. It ain't got to
Let's
be
try.
perfect. I would feel way better about it though. I would get on a plane if they were like, "Hey, there's a parachute attached to the plane. We're not saying it's going to work 100% of the time, but there's a chance."
Yeah,
That chance makes a difference. Just like cars have airbags. Airbags not going to save you 100% of the time,
yeah.
but there's a chance.
Hmm. There's a chance. There's
So
always a
that's
chance.
that's my point. That's I just feel like there's some guys here that aren't using their common sense, or somebody at Boeing's like that's going to cost too much money, and they should fire that guy 100%.
They should fire that guy.
Because you would get people on me like to get on a plane that would doesn't really want to. Like it's 24 hours from here to where we have to go, and I'm real close to just driving it,
To Alaska?
dude. I don't want to get on a plane. You think
Right.
I'm kidding when
No,
I
I
say I
don't think
don't
you're
want to be on
kidding,
a
but
plane?
24 hours is crazy. Also, you'd have to go through Canada, I think.
What's that? Take a passport? I'm cool with
Yeah,
that.
you have to take a passport. You'd have to, I don't know. I'm sure you could take your gun, but I feel like you'd have to have all of this paperwork and
Don't you have to fill out paperwork to put them on an airplane anyway?
I don't know, brother. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure you
I
have
still
to
don't
fill
know
out
how we're going
paperwork
to
to put
pack
them on
our
an
waiters. You didn't think about that one, did you?
No, these are things we're gonna have to think about here.
We are going to have to think about it because there's only
I
like a
may have
50
to. I may
pound.
have to drive. I may have to drive.
No.
I may. I
Oh.
may have to drive there. That
Listen, we are good
sounds
friends,
terrible.
and I'll drive with you to Maryland any day of the week. I'm not driving with you to Alaska, bro.
It's
I'm flying.
only 9 more hours.
Yes, it's only 9 more hours. It is 16 to go to Maryland.
Exactly. It's only 9 more hours.
It'd be 8. But
8, 9. Who cares?
it's yeah.
I don't have the chance of falling from the sky.
I think we're just gonna have to get you on one airplane, dog. And I think you're gonna be like, it's not that bad.
Now, see, like I said, the flying portion. Doesn't bother me because I'm not looking out the window anyway because that's too far from the ground.
It is pretty sketchy.
So I'm not looking out the window anyway. Would I like a window seat in case I am falling? I could see how long I have left. 100%. But I don't need to look down, you know?
Yeah.
So the flying portion, not that bad. And if we ever hit turbulence, dude, I'm liable to have a heart attack.
Dude, we're getting turbulence for sure.
I'm not, I don't, I'm not the healthiest, I don't work out every day, but I'm not, and I'm a little fat. I'm aware of that. But I'm not
You're
like,
not a take up a two-seater type of guy.
yeah, I'm not ungodly unhealthy, and I'd still have a heart attack. Like, just as
I
soon as
Yeah,
you'd be
we were
like,
coming
you'd be like,
back
is there a
from
doctor on board?
we were coming back from Hawaii, and we went from Hawaii to Las Vegas and then Las Vegas to St. Louis. And from Hawaii to Las Vegas is really windy, I guess because the ocean there. I don't know. But the turbulence was bad. And before we got on the airplane, I looked over to Erica, my wife, and I said, I don't know, I got a bad feeling about this flight. And she was like, don't say that. Don't say
Don't
that.
say that. Don't say that.
And then we had like super bad turbulence as soon as we took off. And she was like white knuckling the seat the whole time.
Let me tell you something. If you say I have a bad feeling about this flight when I get on the plane to go to Alaska, I'm getting off of the plane. I may go to jail because I will say that there's a bomb threat if that's what it takes for me to
That's
get off the
crazy.
airplane.
That's
If
crazy.
that's if you say I feel bad about this flight, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm getting off the flight. There's no way that I'm staying on that airplane.
I might just have to do that when we're on the plane. But once you get past this, then we're going everywhere, bro. We're going to Hawaii. We're going to,
I'm gonna
I don't
take a
know,
boat there.
Europe. What?
I'm gonna take a boat to both of those places.
No, bro. We'll just fly. It'll be fine.
No,
We're
it's
gonna get
not.
this one over with to
It's
Alaska.
not gonna be fun. It's
The
not.
thing with Alaska, what I'm curious about is because what I've seen a lot of the times with hunting videos I've seen from Alaska is they'll fly in, but then to get to like a remote location, they'll take a water plane like that lands on the water.
Hmm.
That is way sketchier in my opinion.
See, no, I feel way better about that.
On like a four-seater water plane,
100%. I if we could take a four-seater plane to Alaska, I feel better about that.
that's crazy.
No, no,
That's
because
crazy.
you want to know what it is for me. I know that they've hired some. I'm not. I'm not calling everybody idiots, but I know that they've hired some idiot to check out the plane to make sure it's safe to fly. And I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna get the idiot that checks the plane that day and misses one screw. And it ain't got to be a whole lot to take down a plane because planes are fragile for some reason. They fly 39,000 feet, but they're one of the most fragile vehicles we have for some reason.
Yeah.
And that guy's not going to check a screw that day, and I'm going to fall 39,000 feet. Okay. At least if I get it with some dude that, I watched him look around the plane, that would make me feel better. If I could see the guy check the plane before we took off, that would make me feel better.
That's true. That is
No.
true. That is true. Oh.
Yeah, we got off on a whole rant about
We
airplanes,
did get
right?
off on a whole rant, but it's fine.
About airplanes there. Yeah, so I apologize for that, but me and airplanes just have never seen eye to eye, because they fly through the sky and I'd like to stay my butt on the ground,
Yeah.
where you
Well,
can't fall.
you haven't even tried it yet. That's the problem. If you tried it and were like, yeah, I don't like that, then that's respectable. That's understandable.
Let me tell you something. I don't have to try a lot of things to know that I don't like them. Okay, like some of them I can't even say on this. Like I just know that there's things I don't have to try to know that I don't like it. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel about like a lot of seafood. Like I don't have to try that to know I don't like it. I can smell it.
No, I think you
But
should. I think you should try crabs too. Crabs a different thing to me.
yeah, I'm getting there. I'm like one more hard conversation away from trying crab.
Yeah. Now I agree with you on the mussels,
Oh yeah.
the
I,
oysters. I'm out on all that. I don't even really like. I'll eat shrimp. Not a huge fan of shrimp.
yeah.
anything that has a fishy smell, I'm out. Not a fan of it.
Yeah.
But back to the duck hunting here. We'll get back on track. So Alaska is going to be a fun trip, whether I drive or fly there. Driving's looking not so bad right now. either either way, how I get there is not going to matter. I think it's going to be awesome because we're going to Alaska. Either way, whether it's with, we've been talking about, and these guys, if this blows up one day, like I don't know if they'll, because the last one just got posted, so it may still be our one. But but if these guys are getting free advertisement if anybody's actually listening to this other than us, because I'm not saying we're going to use these guys. We've just been talking to them. I actually need to email him back. I didn't yesterday because of the Grayson's wedding, and I need to, but uh, you know, go with these guys or not, we're going to Alaska because
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool stuff over there that we don't get the kill over here. Like for me, it's mainly the Harley Quinn. There's not a bunch of places to kill Harley Quinns.
That and King Ida. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think it says on there very rare to kill one of those, but that the chance is there. So
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. We are definitely flying, so we'll talk through that.
Yeah, no, you can fly 100%. You ain't got to ride with me, dog. You can fly.
But no, I think it'll be super fun. It's something that we're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
So we might as well just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you are listening and you're from Alaska or you've been to Alaska or you have a buddy that hunts Alaska, or, whatever the case is, if you have any info on hunting in Alaska, please pass it our way. We always want to be more prepared before we go there and duck hunt. So
And I don't know very many aerospace engineers that are listening to this, but if there are, just one, I think we should put parachutes on airplanes.
yeah,
But that's neither here nor there. We'll skip that. But
like a big one, like a big
yeah,
one.
like big
Yeah.
parachute. But yeah, just if you know anything about the whole Alaska thing, shoot us an message on. It doesn't matter what it is, TikTok, Instagram, whatever.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Yeah, we will see it. We see everything that happens, because I'm like I said the other day, we aren't chasing likes. It's more of the experience that it comes with. Like it's pretty cool. Like I'm not saying because we had 1,000 people watch one video. You get like 7 likes, which is wild. Now that
Yeah.
I try to like every video that I see now that's decent.
Hmm.
Because I used to not. Like I'd watch a video and I'm like, oh, that's good, and I just scroll past it. Now that
Yeah.
we like kind of do it, every time I see a decent. Now, I'm not saying I like every video because I don't.
Yeah.
If I'm not a fan of it, I don't like it. But if I
Yeah.
like the video, I hit like. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So seeing that has been awesome. So we see everything you comment, like, shoot us a message, anything we see it.
Yeah. Yep. Feel free to pass it along, especially anything that's going to help us on the hunt. Even if it's, I don't know how many layers to wear or something because it's going to be cold in Alaska.
Yeah.
Really, any information is helpful and always appreciated. So, we will see. You have anything else you want to touch on before we?
Just next week. I know we haven't talked about this yet, but I think me and Emily are going to come up there. Is it next week? Next week, Squad Fest,
Yep.
right? Like that's the 17th, 18th. So we might come up there Friday. So our next one will probably be in person if that's what happens. So that our next one will be in person. That's all I got really.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So we'll be at Squad Fest, July 18th, I believe is the date on that. That's the
Yeah,
Saturday.
it's the 17th and 18th, but I've got a job, so I won't be there.
Yeah.
Won't be there the 17th.
Yeah, me too. So we'll be there the 18th. If you see us, please say something, stop by. And then on August 1st,
Yeah.
we'll be in Memphis for the Ducks Unlimited Expo. They're in Memphis, Tennessee by the Bass Pro Shops. And I think we'll be doing another podcast that morning.
Yeah, we need to check on that because I know we talked about the whole doing it in front of Bass Pro, and I know we've got the whole First Amendment, and it's we can do whatever we want where
Yeah.
like this, but need to see if there's a you can't do it on our grounds kind of thing because private property is still private property and stuff like that. But so
Yeah.
that's what we'll check on. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll definitely check on it. But I think last year, like it was still at the event center, but it was on the opposite side of the road. Um, I felt like there was a pretty good view of Bass Pro, so we may be over there.
Oh, you talking about that parking lot down there?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, so that might not be a bad spot, but we'll be set up somewhere around there. So if you see us doing the podcast, hop on in, say hi. But we'll be passing out shirts for a follow.
yeah, and we'll probably get rid of those pretty early. We won't have them all day. We'll kind of do that and then kind of get into the whole expo experience that we do every year.
Yeah, I'm not trying to carry around shirts all day,
Yeah, I'm not going to carry around shirts all day either. I think
but
well, one of us might have a backpack or something. We'll do it that way.
yeah,
But either way, I don't want to spend all day carrying shirts, so we'll kind of get out of it. I'm not saying we're going to get out of it. We'll do it pretty quickly and
yeah,
as fast as we can anyway. There might be some guy we roll up on and like, no, I don't want to follow you. I'm like, okay, guy, okay.
yeah. All right, see you, bro.
All you had to do was say no. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, we're excited. So we're excited to see everybody there. So if you see us, say hi.
Yeah, say
But,
hi. These next few weeks are going to be a little packed. We're going to have lots to talk about.
yeah,
It's kind of nice because every now and then I feel like, we keep saying, what are we going to talk about? And then we wind up talking for an hour and a
yeah,
half or something like that. But so we're going to have a decent amount to talk about the next couple of weeks. So it'll be nice.
yeah. It will be nice, and we're excited. But I think that covers us all for episode 6 of the Chasin 41 podcast. Please drop a follow, hit subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do. But we always love engaging with you guys, and we're excited to see you later this month, early next month. So my name is Riley,
My name's Luke.
and we are Chasin 41.
Oh, yeah.